Alright guys, here is my Ninja Workstation. I want to tell you everything that I'm using, what these funny looking bars are, all the indicators and everything I will break down. I'm not going to go too much into the strat. I did make a full video on my strat. If you want to know like exactly how I'm entering and exit trades, I'll leave that video down in the comments. I'll pin it or something like that. So this will just be the workstation. So if you want to trade similar to my strategy or you want to try it out, you can set up your NinjaTrader chart or whatever brokerage you're using to the best of your ability here. First things first, the market analyzer. I have this up here just to let me know what the 7-day ATR is. That's how I measure volatility. That's how I'm green lighted to trade in the morning, as I discussed in that strat video. But I'm looking here at that and also just giving myself an idea of when we're going to be rolling options. I'm only looking at the micros of the YM, the ES, and crude right now. I do not trade the NASDAQ. I've just been burnt too many times. I know people can do it successfully. I just can't. The next thing we're going to be looking at is the 30-minute time frame. Okay, so I look at a 30-minute candle chart. Here it is. I usually just go back 2 days, so I can shrink this back down and show you exactly what I'm looking at when I see 2 days. On here, the red and the green bars, those are yesterday's session high and low. I also have a yellow dotted line on here. That is volume point of control that develops throughout the day. And then right down here, I have yesterday's volume point of control. Then over here, I have their order flow plus volume profile. And I'm going to open up the indicators. You can kind of see the settings. 30-minute chart, candles. Down here, you will see that I have a trend line. This is a 233 EMA. I choose 233 just because Rod Casilli, who taught me this strategy, that's what he uses, and I trust him. It's a Fibonacci number. My value area is 78%. Down here, this is the current range on the day, the current volume on the day, and if we were open right now, it would tell me how long I have, and then I have this exact same chart set up for the ES and for crude. So if I click on this and we look at the indicators, the indicators that I'm using here is the 233 EMA, the order flow profile, there it is right there. The price line, that's just telling me as the price goes along, I just like to see that dotted line go all the way to the left. Prior day high and low, that is the yellow, that is the red and the green, and you could change those to whatever color you want. And then the bar timer, those are the only indicators that I have on this chart. You could save that as a template. So when you save it as a template and you add another chart, you could just say upload that same template to that particular instrument and you'll get all of the same things that you need on that chart. Over here, guys, we see at the top, this is ninzaRenkos. These are not traditional Renko bars. This is very specific. I believe only to NinjaTrader. You have to Google ninzaRenko. You go and you download that and then you upload it as a Ninja script. I do not know any others. Maybe you can leave down in the comments other brokerages that allow you to use these. It's just different because instead of just your standard brick size inside a Renko, it also gives you an offset or a threshold. I will show you what my settings are. They are different between the different instruments. So this is going to be an 11.2 Renko, where we can see in the ES, I use a 6.1 Renko, and that is inside the data series. I'll click that quick just so we can see that really quick. So the brick size here is 11. The trend threshold, which is how far it's going to go until it prints a new brick, that's 2, or the offset is 2. It really, really depends. I go back 7 days. I don't want to go too crazy and overload my system. But that's the ninzaRenko, okay? So if you just have standard Renko bars, they are going to be a little bit different. Full disclosure, okay? Next here, we are going to see these bands. Down here in green, we have VWAP. Mine changes color when it drops below. It goes to red. So that is just a standard VWAP that is anchored at the session open. Okay, so that is 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then up here, we have the +1 and the -1 deviations in purple. And then we have the +2 in red down here and the -2 deviations. And then I just shade the bands. This is where I'm going to be looking to sell, as we talked about in that strat video. And here we're going to be looking to buy. And you can see I just place orders on the line. Some trades today: buy, cover, buy, cover. Simple as that. Up here, buy, cover. And that's how I'm trading. These lines here, These are my swing highs and lows, and this is the beauty of the Renko chart. We can see this action in here just gets a lot cleaned up. I'm able to see these swing highs. The strength I use is 13. I'll open those and you can see those settings. Through here, which really, sometimes I take it off, sometimes I leave it on. It really depends. It's just another 233 EMA. Most days I have it off, as well as sometimes on here I'll have the volume profile to show VPOC right on this chart. Other times I don't, but that's all the indicators. I just have my standard VWAP, the swing high and low, the 233, and sometimes the volume profile. But I know a lot of times people just want to know about the ninzaRenkos. So if we go into my indicators, here's the swing high and low. Strength 13 is really the big one that you're going to want. So to have them be equal length kind of gives me like, are they short and stubby or are they long, to give me a little bit more significance. Order flow VWAP. There it is. And then you could just set as many VWAP bands as you want, up to 3 here. You could shade them however you like in the different settings. The volume profile right now, you can see I just don't have that visible. Sometimes I click it on, sometimes I click it off. It's just a matter of what I want. And the same thing with the 233. Sometimes I have it on, sometimes I have it off. It really just depends. All those indicators are the same on the ES, like I said, with the exception of my Renko offset is just a little bit different. And lastly, just my trade copier. I use Replicanto. It embeds right in NinjaTrader. It's clean as could be with all the different things that I'm copying to. I use my live account as my leader account, and then I copy to all of the different props and funded accounts and things like that I'm trading. But that really is all the indicators. If I missed one or there's something on here that you see that I didn't talk about, leave that down in the comment section below. Once again, the full strategy video will be down in the comments below as well, so you can check that video out. I appreciate the support, guys. It's a new channel. Thank you for subscribing, hitting the like button, all those fun things. Let me know how you're doing, what instrument you're trading. Let's have this conversation. If you want to continue the conversation, there is a link down in the description. If you want to jump in the Discord, start talking trading as well as selling options from my other main channel in there. All right, that's pretty much it. I'll give you an update next time things happen. I appreciate your support. I'll catch you guys in the next video.